opportunity. Thank you. Okay, anybody else on non-agenda items? Come on down. Good evening.
Hi. I'm here tonight because...
If you just state your name, I'm sorry. For
Shanti Friend, Sapphire Street, Redondo Beach. I'm here tonight because I am just a little upset, disgusted, and almost outraged at a grave injustice this city has done and continues to do to Reverend Friend. No, he has not sent me here. He has not asked me to come here this evening. He really has nothing to say to the city because he's disgusted, as am I. Memorial Day. We had a protest in the park because of the Veterans Memorial, whereby Reverend Friend, who originated the idea of the memorial, was not given, and to this day is not given, the credit and recognition that he originated the idea, to the extent that it has become purposeful and deliberate, that he is kept out, to the extent that his name does not appear on the plaque where everyone else's is with the Veterans Task Force. The brick we bought from him has been deliberately placed in an obscure location away from the memorial. On the day when we had our protest, we had a very peaceful protest. And one of our members overheard you, Councilman Deals, and you, Councilman Oss, speaking about whether or not it was illegal for us to have a banner in the park while standing in front of your own in the park. I find this to be very un-American and very unacceptable as to our right to protest, to the point that it may even be illegal. I spoke to our attorney, John Eastman, about what we were within our bounds to do legally and not legally as far as it goes to protesting, and we conducted a very peaceful protest. Yet, I find that to have my city councilman to conspire to interfere with my freedom of expression and protest is just over the top. And I want to register a complaint regarding this, about a possible abuse of your authority and attempting to prevent our right to protest. And the other thing about Memorial Day is that this was the day Reverend Friend founded the Memorial Day Parade and Tribute. And was there any mention of him?
I'm sorry, time's up, Shanti. I apologize. Again, I appreciate your comments.
Well,
but
I'd
again,
like to hear something about when will any of you stand up and give him the credit he deserves.
We have one light here. I don't know if you want to respond now or later.
I want to respond right now.
Okay, Councilmember Ost. Okay, thank you, Shanti.
I would just like to clear the record, since you've mentioned my name, and state that my only statement or my response to that was, we're here today to honor those men and women who gave their lives and served in this country to give you the right to do that. So when you say, you know, you have to put it in its complete context.
Wait, I'm sorry.
You have to put it in its complete context. What we said was, we're here to honor the people that gave you that right. So thank you.
Okay. Anybody else that has not yet spoken? Come on up.
Can I ask a question about that, Mike?
Sure. Go ahead.
I mean, did Reverend Friend originate the idea for the Veterans Memorial? I mean, was he in the initial movement that got the $50,000? I wasn't there. They got the $50,000. That got this ball rolling.
Well, in my opinion, he was at the council meeting, you know, to help support that, help support the efforts as well. I mean, there's a lot of people in the community that have helped to support this effort. You know, Reverend Friend in particular does a vigil at the empty chair the Saturday before as well, and I don't think anybody at all, you know, questions, you know, what he's done either, you know, because a lot of people have helped to put that together. you know, over the years. And so I don't think there's any question about that, at least as far as I'm concerned, so.
Well, I'll,
Okay.
I'll say
Mayor,
to the
I'm sorry.
Reverend
Yeah.
that, you know,
Can I just interject?
Okay.
This is not an item on the
Yeah, I'm
agenda,
sorry. It's
so
not an item
I'd
on the
like to
agenda.
just limit
Sorry.
the comments.
That's
Thank you.
a good point. Thank you very much.
I accept that the Reverend
Okay.
had a great
Yeah,
hand in
and
it, so.
yeah, okay. Anybody else has not yet? Come on up. Thank you.
I'm Ila Friend, and those comments were caught on videotape about the signs and about the questionable of whether there is any ordinance that could be.
I'm sorry, if you could just state your name, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ila Friend, any ordinance that could be instituted to against banners in the park. So that was caught on videotape. And I just say, how dare you advise us on what it means to honor America's fallen heroes? Reverend Friend started the very first Memorial Day parade and tribute when nothing was going on in this city to honor America's fallen heroes or to honor our veterans. And what were you doing on Memorial Day before 2003? Because Reverend Friend had to come down here and pretty much demand that the city allow him to honor America's fallen heroes in the park and to have a tribute. Because the city staff said that, oh, we can't do that. There's people from the inner city who come every year to have picnics in the park. We don't want to displace them. And Reverend Friend had to bulldoze his way into having a parade and tribute and demand that it happen. And it happened because of him. And it is only because of him that you were in the park on Monday celebrating Memorial Day. It is because of him. And he did create the first drawing. There are 5 of us as witnesses to it. We were in the meetings where he showed the very first drawing to Greg Hill, and then Greg Hill said, oh, you should show this to Ernie Odell. He'd be interested in it. And we were at the very second meeting where Reverend Friend showed his drawing to Ernie Odell, and then 4 months later, Ernie Odell came up with a drawing which he had embellished and made better. But he was not the first one to come up with the idea. It was Reverend Friend. And, you know, in the military, there's something called a plank owner, and that is the person that gives birth to an idea. And every year, that plank owner is honored by the military. Ken Velasco knew it. He insisted upon it. We didn't have to go demand that Reverend Friend got credit. Every year, he said, of course, I will honor Reverend Friend in this tribute ceremony every single year. And Reverend Friend did not let go of the parade and tribute. He handed it over to the best possible hands, the JROTC, so that they could carry on through the tradition forever. And it was Keith Willoughby at the JROTC who dropped the ball on the parade and tribute, and nobody did anything to try to encourage him, nobody other than us and Reverend Friend, encourage him to keep that parade and tribute going. And, you know, it's no secret that some of the members of this council have an absolute vendetta against Reverend Friend and a bigotry towards our religion. Why else would, and we've heard the rumors, we've heard you call us liars and say that we're lying about this. We're not lying about this. And, you know, I have to say about that, just because we're the members of a minority religion, and there's 5 of us, all members of the same religion, it's okay to call us liars. If we were all black or Mexican or Mormon or Jewish, would you say, oh, they're all Jewish, they're all black, they're
Okay,
all Mexican?
thank you very much.
And
I
that's
appreciate
why
that.
they're lying.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, anybody else has not yet spoke?